Hello, my name is Talisia and I'm a Research Programme Manager for Early Detection and Diagnosis Research at Cancer Research UK. And I'm here to talk to you today about how we support early detection research and some of our funding streams. And I'm really sorry that I couldn't be there with you in person in Bristol today. I'm actually attending a committee meeting, but my colleague Anna, who looks after our comms, should be in the room with you today. For those of you who aren't familiar with Cancer Research UK, although I suspect the majority of you are, we are the largest fundraising medical research charity in the world, and we are the largest funder of cancer research in Europe. And the money that we raise is spent not only on funding research, but on providing information, advocacy activities, and helping to shape public policy. And through our work, we've had a huge impact on cancer. We employ a multifaceted approach to supporting early detection and diagnosis research. I'm not going to go into each of these in huge amounts of detail, just in the interest of time, but briefly, we aim to build the community, and we do this in a variety of different ways. So we run an annual early detection conference to bring together the research community to discuss some of those big challenges and the latest research and to network with one another. We develop strategic initiatives to help plug areas where there are gaps or where there are particular challenges to overcome. We aim to engage industry in early detection and to create opportunities for industry and academic collaboration. And we published thought leadership pieces. In October 2020, we published our Early Detection and Diagnosis of Cancer Roadmap. If you haven't looked at that already, please do check it out. That suggests a series of recommendations for how we can overcome some of the current challenges in the field and to achieve a vision where all cancers are detected and diagnosed at an early stage. Of course, we fund research, and I'm going to talk a bit about some of our research funding streams in a moment. And we also fund infrastructure, so we fund our International Alliance for Cancer Early Detection, and that's a partnership between 5 different universities in the UK and the US, bringing together those researchers to work strategically to combat some of those big challenges in early detection. So on to our research funding. Our Early Detection and Diagnosis Research Committee meets twice a year to fund early detection and diagnosis research. So this is research which aims to translate discoveries in order to detect and diagnose consequential precancerous changes and cancer at the earliest possible time period at which an intervention might be made. And that also includes the detection and diagnosis of relapse and recurrence. So in the bubbles below, you can see the various different areas of our remit, and I just really wanted to highlight that spans quite a wide area. So that can include research to identify and validate early detection biomarkers. It could be research to develop technology for early detection and diagnosis, all the way through to health systems research and behavioural research into clinicians and patients and the public around early detection and diagnosis interventions. And I've also just highlighted data and computational driven approaches to early detection and diagnosis, as that's particularly important to the workshop today. So in terms of artificial intelligence for early detection and diagnosis, we're keen to see research that develops new analytics and algorithms that could be used to identify high-risk groups of symptomatic patients presenting to primary care, so it could be used for triaging purposes, or that can be used to risk stratify the general population for more targeted and effective screening, or can be used to identify biomarkers or other signatures that are indicative of receiving a future cancer diagnosis, or that can be used to detect an early cancer, or that could be used to optimize image-based screening tools or interpret digital pathology images for early detection of cancer. And there's bound to be some other areas that I've missed there, but just to give you a flavour of the types of research that we're looking to see. So in terms of the funding streams that we have on offer, we have 3 different streams. And the largest of those are our programme awards. So they're open to UK-based researchers. They are up to 5 years and up to 2.5 million. And this is really for established researchers that are planning to conduct large, integrated and renewable programmes of work that can be really transformative to cancer early detection. So that is a two-stage application process. And so you have to submit an outline first. And the next deadline of that award will be in September of this year. And that will be seen at our November committee meeting. Then we have our project awards. So these are smaller awards, so they're up to 3 years or 4 years if you include a PhD student, and up to £500,000. And this is funding for specific projects that aim to have a significant impact on how and when cancers are detected. So the next deadline for that is actually coming up soon. It's on the 20th of June, and again, that will be seen at our November committee meeting. Then we have our primary award scheme, which is smaller and looks a little bit different. So that's up to 1 year and up to £100,000. And this award can be used to generate pilot data, it can be used to develop a novel technology for early detection of cancer, or it can be used to apply a pre-existing technology to the area of early detection. It can also be used to support new collaborations. And again, the deadline for that is September of this year. So I briefly wanted to mention a new strategic initiative that we have been working on for the past 18 months. And this stemmed out of a recommendation in the roadmap. And CD3 is a proposed new national research initiative which will be dedicated to using data to revolutionise our understanding of cancer risk and to allow early interception of those cancers, which might be through preventative intervention or via early detection, targeted early detection. So it will be a discovery and translational research effort that will use data science and artificial intelligence to identify and integrate signals of cancer risk across various data modalities and controllers. So that could include electronic health record data, genomics data, behavioural data. This is being led by Professor Anthony Askew at the University of Cambridge, and over the past year he's been assembling his research team and trying to bring the best expertise from across the UK together to work on this. And he's going to be submitting a proposal to us in the middle of June around this initiative, which will be for funding for 5 years, an initial 5 years of this programme. And we've been helping support Anthony alongside multiple other partners in the community. So we've been working with Health Data Research UK, Administrative Data Research UK, the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council, and also the National Institute for Health and Care Research on this. So I'm aware that this is probably quite relevant to lots of you in the room, and if you wanted to hear more about this, then please do reach out to me, and I can also connect you to Anthony if you aren't connected already. Great, then I just wanted to flag that we have our Early Detection of Cancer conference coming up in October of this year, and that's going to be in San Francisco, and registration is open, so please do register. We've got a session on artificial intelligence and early detection, so I'm sure it will be of interest to this group. Lastly, I just wanted to say that if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. I put the early detection mailbox email address on this slide. So if you have any questions about our research funding schemes or any of our other initiatives, then please drop us an email. I appreciate that it's been a bit of a whistle-stop tour. Thank you for inviting me to talk to you.